Hello everyone, welcome to my live stream. It's a rare opportunity for me to be in on Sunday afternoon because I'm not playing poetry or football today, so I thought I might as well watch this game that's of concern to Burnley at the wrong end of the table with anyone who wants to join me on here. So, Sheffield United versus Newcastle United. Newcastle back down to reality if you like after their well points in the Sun Zero in the Champions League, but it's now back to the bread and butter for them. So I'll just run anyone who wishes to watch for the teams for the game, and Sheffield United are going to be operating in a 5-3-2 system with West Bingham in goal, Jaden Bogle on the right back, John Egan, and I'll just call him Ahmed for the purposes of this, but I know Ahmed of Otovic as two centre backs alongside John Egan. Luke Thomas, they make up the back five for Sheffield United, while in midfield they're operating with the Burnley man Oliver Norwood, Gustav Harmer, who should and could have been a Burnley player, Finney Souza, and then the English front pairing, James McAtee playing off the front. He's on one from Man City, and then as a direct striker, Cameron Archer will be looking to add to his 2 goals that he got in the last home game against Everton. For Newcastle, we have Nick Pope in goal. Newcastle operates in a 4-3-3 formation. Kieran Trippier right back. Fabian Schär, Sven Botman, Dan Burn. And then in midfield, Longstaff, Ramirez, Elliot Anderson, and then a front three of Miguel Almiron. Centrally, we have Callum Wilson and Harvey Barnes, who's coming instead of Anthony Gordon, and there's a minute's of pause and some commemorations and ceremony for the tragic loss of that young girl who played for Sheffield United, ladies team, who died the other day. Her name escapes me, but very sad for her. And we look like we're just about ready to go. Strains of the Chip Butcher song being passionately sang out in orchestra version by the Sheffield United crowd. There's someone rather ugly in the crowd. I can't really tell if it's a man or a woman, to be honest with you. But the game is underway. Sheffield United kicks off. It's hoisted on by John Egan. Jack Robinson punts the ball forward, and there's a game of head tennis in the midfield. Sheffield United on the ball. I don't know, one ball. Kieran Trippier tries to retrieve it to prevent the ball going out for a throw-in, manages to do so. Ball hoisted into Longstaff. It's now with Fabian Schär, who plays it slightly wide to Dan Burn. Dan Burn assesses his options. Harvey Barnes puts a pass back, which is a bit heavy, but Newcastle retain the ball. Nick Pope gives Kieran Trippier a hospital pass, which almost goes out for a throw-in, but the throw-in's prevented. Newcastle just struggling to get on the ball, inviting the press a little bit, but Callum Wilson drops into midfield and spins away from his man, plays a positive forward pass, but to no avail. And to be honest, for both sides, it's a bit of a hot potato. Free kick to Newcastle. Spin Botman to Fabian Shaw. Kieran Trippier takes it away from Sousa, I think, which will be United. Shaw steps into midfield as if he's Jordan Bayer, but plays a terrible pass that is too heavy. Nothing the heavy minds can do about that. Throw into Sheffield United. Jaden Bogle steps forward. James McAtee on the ball, retaining possession. Oliver Norwood. Sheffield United coming forward. A ball into the box by James McAtee, and it comes to Luke Thomas. Luke Thomas strikes the ball against Kieran Trippier, and that takes all the sting out of the attempt. But Newcastle's defence wide open, and if Kieran didn't get that block in, it was powerful and it was on target. It could have been a challenge that prevented a goal there for Sheffield, and it's definitely Sheffield United have come out to the blocks with more zest about them. I think it looks like there could be an injury complaint to Spence Botman around for Newcastle. And Nick Pope's they've been forced into a mistake. One of his rugby tight clearances, and it's out of play for a throw into Sheffield United, which is to be taken by Jack Robinson. Jack Robinson plays a throwing long. James McAtee almost manages to latch onto it, but he can't quite get there, and it's a goal kick to Newcastle. Nick Pope has improved a lot, but still not up to the standard of the majority of modern Premier League keepers when it comes to his work with his feet. Plays it long, Nick Pope. Callum Wilson plays an intricate pass into Almiron after he anticipates where the ball was going. But Sheffield United have now managed to turn the ball over at Cameron Knight, who just comes out second best. And it's Almiron bundled to the floor. No, free kick to Newcastle. It's an all-not play on. It's all very frenetic. Much of a high tempo to the game. Both teams spreading each other well. Lots of turnover the ball. The ball's like a potato. Neither team able to fashion any meaningful patterns of play at this point. Throwing to Sheffield United deep in their own territory near the corner flag, they're kind of bending by Newcastle. Kieran Trippier gets the ball, Sean Lundstop bundled off the ball, wants a free kick, but doesn't get one. Jaden Bogle can now bring the ball away for Sheffield United. In space, can he? Oh, that's a terrible ball. Straight given away to Bruno Guimaraes. Waste for Sheffield United, but they got it back and they try again down the other side with Luke Thomas. One pass by Oliver Norwood, intercepted by Kieran Trippier, and Newcastle come forward for the centre. Bruno Guimaraes, Sean Longstaff, Harry Barnes has his touch taken away from him to prevent him from bearing down on the penalty area. James McAtee has it now for Sheffield United. He plays it, but spent bottom challenges and prevents the ball from going through to Cameron Archer. Sousa for Sheffield United just seeking to score the play down for a moment. Sheffield United passing it around confidently back to the goalkeeper, Wes Fabringham, who does a wonderful job of picking out James McAtee, who spins away from his man. Sousa on the ball for Sheffield, plays a no-what pass, and it's rubbish and gets nowhere near Cameron Archer. And off Newcastle come again, and all of a sudden, Callum Wilson has an opportunity to get a shot away after he spins away from I think but anyway, a simple save for Wes Fabringham. Newcastle come again. Harry Anderson tries to fashion out a corner for Newcastle, but to no avail. Great burst of energy from him though. Straight back, one back by Sven Botman. Fabian Schöne brings it out of defence, plays it wide to Kieran Trippier, who goes infield to Bruno Guimaraes, spreads it. Elliot Anderson combining with Harvey Barnes, and it's adjudged to be a free kick to Newcastle. About there's some applause going on in the 8th minute of the game. I'm not too sure why. But anyway, the game continues. Cameron Archer tussles with Dan Burn, but loses out. Fabian Schär back to Sven Botman. Strong stuff. Better possession now for Newcastle. Kieran Trippier gets Newcastle away. Excellent hold up play from Callum Wilson, who's able to Harvey Barnes is injured early in the game, which is very frustrating for him because he's not had very many opportunities, at least not in his starting lineup, since he's had for Newcastle. It's been mainly Anthony Gordon starting and Barnes going on as sub, but he's sat down on the ground looking very frustrated, and it looks like it's a muscle injury of some sort. So Anthony Gordon appears to be getting stripped off. Seeing a lot of muscle injuries this weekend, aren't we? Maybe it's the change in the cold weather. I don't know. But, sickening for Harvey Barnes, because obviously if he's out for any period of time, it could mean that he loses the chance to kick a ball in the Champions League. He'd love to play obviously against PSG and AC Milan at St James's Park and out in Dortmund, but any form of couple months injury, and it could be a once in a career opportunity gone. Anyway, off he goes, and on comes Anthony Gordon for Newcastle. He's right for that replacement. I do love that Newcastle away shirt, I must say. What's nicer than that green one? Off he goes and he gets a console and bats on the head for Kieran Trippier. Was like crying out of bounds. And Anthony Gordon comes and we're back underway. Dan Burn to Spen Botman and Elliot Anderson in the field for Newcastle. Gets his sprint on. Anthony Gordon has his first touch and he brings it infield. Spreads the play nicely to Kieran Trippier. Kieran Trippier into Callum Wilson almost as the ball breaks to him and almost gets a shot away. Newcastle do look like they're capable of asking a lot of questions here. I was worried in the first few minutes that Sheffield made a good start, but the pendulum has swung somewhat. Anyway, just to say that, James McAtee out wide up against Dan Burn. Dancing feet from McAtee, but it just ends up being a normal midfield ball. With Thomas back to West Fabringham in almost a goal kick situation, plays a long pass in an attempt. James it's developed quickly and James McAtee's running. James McAtee on the edge of the area plays a ball. It falls to Luke Thomas, and Luke Thomas can't quite sort his feet out well enough. It sort of takes my surprise. It's Kieran gets caught underneath the ball at the far post. Kieran Trippier and Luke Thomas can't just adjust his feet, but that's his second attempt already for the young left back. Could have scored twice and maybe should have done better there, but it's hard for a left back to anticipate that, I suppose. Nevertheless, Newcastle survive and they have a throw-in to be taken by the unique looking figure of Dan Burn. Dan Burn to Elliot Anderson. Newcastle get lucky there because it's a bad pass, but it breaks and works out for Miguel Almiron. Bruno Guimaraes. Spen Botman stands in the centre circle and surveys the options. Fabian Schur. Kieran Trippier attempts a ball forward, but it ricochets off. I think it was Gustav Herrmann all the way back and was switching it Bob and Newcastle recycle the ball and look to build again. Fabian Schur steps forward, chips a teasing ball to almost as Callum Wilson for a one-on-one, but John Egan just about anticipates and nods the ball back into the grateful clutches of his keeper. Sheffield United give the ball away, and most of the momentum is, as you might expect, with Newcastle, I suppose. Nick Pope, Kieran Trippier has to go long because he's under a lot of pressure. Scott Longstaff plays it behind. Callum Wilson runs onto the ball in the channel. What does he do? And It's terrific defending for Sheffield United by Ahmed Hospic, Gustav Ehmer. Excellent play from him to get Sheffield onto the front foot. And it's Luke Thomas, Cameron Archer, and James McAtee almost link up, but it doesn't work out. Just not on the same wavelength. But a fantastic engine there from Gustav Ehmer, and the more you see him play for Sheffield United, unfortunately, the more I wish that Burnley might have stumped up the asking price for in Coventry to acquire his services in the summer, but off we go. Not to be. West Fobringham plays a long, hopeful clearance, and it's James McAtee who's able to pick it off. McAtee plays a ball out to Gustav Ehmer, who attempts to cross the ball, but it's blocked. But comes to Vinny Souza on the edge of the box after Gustav Ehmer plays the ball directly in field. Gustav Ehmer shoots after taking one touch, and it's on target, but a comfortable effort for Nick Popper, just palms it down. Someone's gone missing in the field. Vinny Souza, who just took the shot, just completely lost his man in a minute and it's from the field for a moment. But he redeemed himself and makes an excellent recovery challenge because it looked like Newcastle had all the space in the world after the pass from Sven Botman into Bruno Guimaraes, but it's a very threatening attack comes to an end. Fantastic centre forward play from Cameron Archer to hold off two defenders by himself and retain possession. I'm really excited to see the potential ceiling for Cameron Archer in the future. Bruno Guimaraes plays. See Newcastle look like they can cause constant issues with Sheffield United through the centre of the field. I don't know so much whether it's an issue of being outnumbered or just a greater level of mobility in the middle of the field for Newcastle compared to Sheffield. But when Newcastle play the ball for the third, you feel like it's real trouble for Sheffield. Gustav Ehmer and Elliot Anderson had an off-the-ball collision, and as a consequence, it's a free kick to Newcastle. Another off-the-ball collision. I think Elliot Anderson who gets buzzed off the ball that time, but Newcastle have it in defence. Anthony Gordon's pass doesn't come off, but he's tenacious and he gets it back. Throwing to Newcastle, who are really growing into the game without, in truth, testing the goalkeeper or having a real attempt yet, but it just looks threatening with the positions that they're taking up for Tamburn. Well, the ball's in the net, there's a goal. It seemed to be sort of in slow motion. Not quite sure what happened. Almost as somebody seemed to almost stop as though there was a problem with the goal. But it's Sean Longstaff has scored for Newcastle. Uh, he almost looks a bit embarrassed about it, but it's Anthony Gordon who supplied it to him. I don't know whether there's going to be. That ball's gone out of play. Anthony Gordon's crossed the ball, and it's a simple finish from Sean Longstaff. But Sugar, the whole of that ball, that's why they stopped, because the ball's out of play. It has to be the whole of the ball, and my eyes are not fantastic, but Sugar, I would have thought that, that's going to be ruled out. Very similar to the cross that Marcus Rashford put in for Rasmus Island at Old Trafford last week. Oh no, the goal stands obviously because we're back on the bay. 1-0 to Newcastle, and fantastic stuff. Don't like Sheffield United, and we don't want them doing well from a Bramall perspective, so this is what we need. But can Sheffield United get back in the game? Halfway through the first half, that has happened. 22 minutes. Sheffield United got to come forward. One ball, Cameron Atterton makes a fantastic run, but Nick Pope comes off his line, anticipates it, and Newcastle build. Kieran Trippier to Bruno Guimaraes. Miguel Almiron goes back to Fabian Schär had the ball for Newcastle and stopped because it was like he had an eyelash or something in his mouth. That was weird. Maybe he's had a whack in the mouth and he's got some blood somewhere. But he stopped when the ball came to him. That was a bit strange. Say the least. Quite a comical moment. Think we have a free kick to Sheffield United when the camera pans back on the pitch. Yeah, we do. Free kick obviously will be taken by Oliver Oil for Sheffield because, kind of a set piece delivery is one of his major fortes. Can Sheffield United head meet the ball first? Norwood, long ball, one season ball, Nick Pope comes, doesn't get there, flaps at it, and just fortunately gets the bounce of the ball. He panicked then and looked really out of his depth. Anyway, he sends Anthony Gordon away, but Anthony Gordon stretches the. Oh dear, oh. Well, in the space of 60 seconds there, we've almost had a calamity from either team's goalkeeper because West Fabringham and the Sheffield United goal plays it directly to the feet of Guimaraes, and he could have almost been chipped. So, fortunately for Sheffield, he makes a rehash of it. It's a stretch game, and well, I thought that was going to be a free kick for Newcastle, but the referee disagrees. And it's out wide with Jaden Bogle. James McAtee looks almost, can he get his cross right into the box? He's played a bit behind him, and not for the first time where Thomas can't quite adjust his body. But not always lost for Sheffield United because Thomas is able to play against Miguel Almiron, and the ball ricochets behind for a corner. Positive response from Sheffield to going behind. some hand signals from Ahmedi, however you say his name, to signal training community. Good ball from Norman Port comes, doesn't get there, flaps. He's got to come and catch it if he comes, and it comes out to Gustav Hammer, who will feel a bit disappointed with himself that he was unable not to keep that arm fully under control, that he blazes over the bar, really, when if he could have just kept it down, it would have been on target and a golden chance to score. Anyway, Anthony Gordon has it out wide. Whoa, that'll be a yellow card. Anthony Gordon is absolutely wiped out in very dirty fashion, and there's absolutely no complaints can be had about that. I know Ahmed Hodgebit, the Bosnian, goes into the book, and now Anthony Gordon can really look to get at him and try and get him sent off, because it is clear that he has the beating of the Bosnian on toast. Oh, oh, fabulous ball from Kieran Trippier right into the perfect area. And any form of touch from Callum Wilson, I don't think he gets there, but any contact he makes, and it's 2-0 to Newcastle, because that was an absolute picture of pass. Anyway, that and within a sliver, if Anthony Gordon could have just been first to that pass from Bruno Guimaraes, then he would have been bearing down on goal. Sheffield United usually tight and compact and make it difficult for everyone, right? Like they have even against Man City and Spurs. Look so open today. Anderson now progressing with a ball. He gives it out to Anthony Gordon, who stands up his man. Goes wide. Anthony Gordon gets his ball in. But there's a red card waiting to happen, because Ahmed Hodgbeck cannot deal with the pace and liveliness of Anthony Gordon. It's over at last ditch and desperate corner to Newcastle, and he can sense that there's another goal in the offing that you shortly for Newcastle if Sheffield can't stabilise themselves soon. Short corner for Newcastle, Kieran Trippier changes the angle. Oh, is there gonna be a handball claim here? So short corner for Newcastle, it comes out to it's Almer on who has the effort, and it's just saved after having the stinted 2-0 to Newcastle. It's 2-0 to Newcastle. Fantastic away swinging corner from Kieran Trippier, and it's Big Dan Burn who gets up above his man. And as I said, you could see a second goal coming straight onto the head of the 6'7" giant. Fabulous delivery calamitous defending by Sheffield United. I think it's Ahmed Hodgvicker loses his man, and if he doesn't score, it's going to be a penalty anyway, because he knows he's been done, he's lost his position, and he has a fistful of his shirt. So 2-0 to Newcastle. Difficult to see Sheffield coming back. And yeah, a true case of a giant using every inch of his height to his advantage. Kieran Trippier with brought to Newcastle. Wonderful, wonderful assist. So open it is all over the pitch. And it's clear to see that Sheffield United can only do the best work when they're trying to contain the opposition. Don't forget, this will be a league win that Newcastle desperately need. They've only got the one Premier League win as it stands. Admittedly, that was an absolutely emphatic calamity for Sheffield. Terrible, terrible. Oh, Callum Wilson should have buried that. It should be 3-0. Sheffield United architects of their own downfall. And someone as Jack Robinson has flown in like a madman, and I will not be surprised one little bit if there was to be a red card for Sheffield United in a minute, because that looked like Kieran Trippier is pointing his fingers. Jack Robert, well, the referee says it's a yellow card, but surely they are going to have a look at that. Players are looking very frustrated and kicking off here. Oh, yeah, it's a red card. Come on, surely that's a red card. It could have been a leg breaker by Jack Robinson on Sean staff. It's high and dirty. In 2023, that'll be a miracle if Jack Robinson stays on the pitch. Looks like he will do anyway. Suppose if he got some of the ball when it's robust, he might just get away with it. But anyway, Sean stuff must be alright, and I suppose that's the main job. Kieran Trippier stands over the ensuing set piece to the right of the Sheffield penalty area. High ball here. 3-0 to Newcastle. Bloody hell. Sven Botman gets there first with his head directly from the free kick from Kieran Trippier. 35 minutes, Sheffield United 0, Newcastle 3, and 2 assists in a matter of 5 minutes for Kieran Trippier. Newcastle first to everything, uncharacteristic from Sheffield United. Newcastle players celebrate in front of the cop. I think there's just been a buckle whist at the head of Sven Botman, which is not really what you want to see. But I suppose if you antagonise fans at an away ground on purpose, it's kind of what you can expect. But what a fantastic delivery. I do think questions can be asked of Wes Foderingham and the Sheffield United goal. He did seem to have quite a long time to get over it, but his feet were a bit stuck in treacle when it came to his dive, and he gets nowhere near it. And yeah, Sheffield United is shell shocked. I did not envisage this before the game. I thought there could be an hangover from the Champions League for Newcastle, and Sheffield United are tricky not to crack it almost. Bramall found out many times. So I'm taken by surprise here. Maybe those rumours of Paul Heckingbottom losing his job and Chris Wilder coming back to into the managerial seat at Sheffield have spoilt the atmosphere in the camp, but still Newcastle come further again. Anthony Gordon wants a penalty after being taken down, but VR, I'm sure will have a look at it. Yeah, and that'll be a penalty, surely. Surely, when he clips his heels. I reckon that's a penalty. He does make a lot of it, but there's no way that you can say it's a dive. Anyway, the game's underway again, and Newcastle come forward. Callum Wilson. God. Shoot on sight policy all over. I tell you what it is. Sheffield United, 38 minutes have gone. Probably going to be 10 minutes before halftime. And if Sheffield United don't calm themselves down, they'll be going in 5-0 down here because they're ridiculously stretched. Paul Heckingbottom is going to have to do something to get a substitute on to shore it up. Because a humiliating defeat could really change the complexion of it.